Welcome back to what Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the M12. It's the Tier 7 American SPG, and this one's located on the west spawn of Airfield under the command of FendaBenda. Now it's what Arty Noobs M12 because it's got our logo on the front thanks to Sir Rusty, and we've got one mark on the barrel because FendaBenda is no spring chicken when it comes to the M12. He's played it enough times before. It's a 155mm howitzer, or rather actually it's a 155mm gun, a French design, mounted on an M3 chassis. You can see those vertical volute spring suspension, and it's got an armoured compartment for the driver, you can see there on the right, and the crew sit on the back next to the spade. In fact, not all of the crew can sit on it. And it can only carry 10 rounds of ammunition, so they had to have an additional vehicle, a support vehicle, which is identical but without the gun, and that would carry all the additional information that the crew needed. Okay, he's found the firing position, and he's now scanning for an enemy, and I think he's found one. It's a 45 TP, Polish Tier 7, dialing in, round out. Direct hit, 307 hit points, nice shot. Now they found the GW Tiger at the same time, the GW Panther I should say. So we now know where he's located, and he's still in sight. In fact, it was a GW Tiger P and he's been killed. He was taken out by the SU-152, and the 45 TP is moving towards our team, so we fire around at him, and a beautiful leading shot there by FendaBenda. He knows how to do these shots very, very well, and he's tracked him and spun him round sideways, and he's now being killed by our GW Panther. So, good shot there. He picked up some stun assist and got 235 from the actual shot itself. Okay, we're loaded. We've got a T-71DA, Tier 7 American Scout. Oh, well, it was very, very close. It shaved some hit points off him. 125, but it didn't kill him. But there is the enemy M12 located near to the GW Tiger. Now he may not realise that he's been spotted if he hasn't got Sixth Sense, or he was hit just then. We're waiting for the shell to complete, the loading to complete. He fires around him straight away, and unfortunately we don't get the kill. That tends to make me believe that he probably pulled away before the shell arrived. And we've got a batch at 25 ton, and he's causing absolute mayhem because he's just killed both our SU-152 and our SP-1C. There's an SU-152 there up on the rocks, and we fire around in him and pull back and get a direct hit for 254. It's 23.37 seconds on the reload. We're using Aslains mods with the Damocles sight. That makes it easier for the countdown, and it also gives flight time to target. Oh, T-25-2 in the back, hiding behind that building, but we can certainly destroy him and that building. Round out, and that was a splash. Only 47 hit points, but it's still valid. Okay, we found a new firing position, and that voids any counter battery. There is still an enemy M12 out there. In fact, there's also another enemy M12 out there that we didn't find, and we fire at the T-25-2, and that shell lands nearby. We spotted an SU-152, and he's gone. That Batchat's still being a nuisance on Temple Mount. I call it Temple Mount because there's those columns that look like a Greek temple, and there's also an amphitheatre. Okay. Any sign of the M12s? Well, when last seen, one of them was nearby here, so I expect that one of them will still be in that location. There's the Batchat. He's teasing the line over to try and get an accurate shot. Fires around in, and oh, he does! He gets a direct hit, 272. The Batchat won't be so happy now. And he's relocated. Okay, now firing over to the north side near the heavy alley. But LT-432 fighting against the T-30, and the T-30 just derps him with that big 155mm gun. Just wipes him out. Now, an Udes was spotted over here shooting at Arty, and we fire around him, and if he's still there, he's probably got a headache by now. With 3 tanks ahead on the enemy at the moment. Progetto's moving up along the north edge of the map, so he might be able to spot that Udes. In the meantime, that Batchat has been a thorough nuisance, and so is the Udes 03 that we haven't seen. Or in fact, we have seen. He's actually in the south of the map. We've gone after the Batchat again, and the Batchat just took a hit from our Centurion, and he's dead. So we picked up some stun assist, and there's a Scorpion, and we're still reloading. Oh, speed up the reload. We still want to put a shot into that Scorpion. Okay, we're loaded. Round out. Accurate shot where the Scorpion was last seen. We'll have to find out later on if that did hit the target. In the meantime, we've got no sight of the enemy, but we can have a look around for the enemy Arty to see if there's any tracer from them. Okay, no tracer, but we do have an ST dialing in. It's one of the things I think that a lot of tank drivers don't appreciate is the amount of time it takes sometimes to dial in on a target. You see, with a standard tank, it's probably about, what, 3-4 seconds at most. With an Arty, you could be looking at anything up to 12 seconds to dial in on a particular target. And that can be very frustrating if that target then moves away or you lose sight of him before you shoot. Okay, we've got Nudes. We're dialing in. About 5 seconds before we're ready. And it's moved away. So you see what I mean? Can be very frustrating indeed. But that's the price of paying Arty. You have to have patience, otherwise you can't really play it effectively. And that ST1 is actually very low hit points. He is a splash kill. Now, did he see something in the bushes? Well, I saw some movement there in the bush. But that may be just the wind. There's Udes. Lining him up for a shot, but he's moved. Oh, we just killed our T-28. Fired around in Udes. And we get a hit. 242, and that was a splash. It looks as if it hit the 416 that's parked in the middle of the wreck that's parked in the middle of that pass. So he probably got something splash from it. And the Scorpion G's wiped out by our Scorpion G. And I didn't see if it lost any hit points before it was killed. Oh, we lose our Scorpion G going for the Udes. No, going for the ST1. Round out. And it hits! 143 hit points. Direct hit takes him out the game. So we've now got a kill. Now there are 5 tanks left on both sides. There are 3 Arty on our team and 2 tank destroyers. On the enemy team, it's 2 Arty and 3 tank destroyers. So they have the advantage really in terms of mobility. They've got a Udes, a Yak Panther and a T-25-2. We've got 2 M12s. Oh, sorry, no, they've got 2 M12s. We've got a GW Panther there, the M12, which is FendaBenda, and a GW Tiger P, who's up in the north. And we've got the Strib and the ISU 122S. We fire around him, take out the M12, 208, lovely shot. That's our second kill. No, I've just noticed we're actually in platoon with that GW Panther. So we do have 2 Artys platooning. Well, he's having a look in the same bush where the GW Tiger was last seen. Possibility the M12 is actually located there. Just waiting to see if we see any tracer. The ISU-122S is guarding the front of the cap. We're looking at the rear of the enemy cap. Okay, somebody is pinging for the Striv. It's the GW Panther. He's pinging for the Striv. But he's not saying what he wants to do. Oh, he's now saying he wants him to go to the pass in E6, E5. In fact, actually, the Centurion's saying go all. I think he wants everyone to go. Oh, there's the T-25 too. Can we get a shot? Yes, we can, but we don't need to worry because our ISU-122 takes him out. Right, so everyone's going to go to the enemy cap, which is a bit dangerous because there are 2 tank destroyers out there, and of course they might get the drop on us. But we might as well do it. I was in a battle recently where I took the chance, decided to go for the enemy cap in my M55. I sat in the cap at the upper end of the map, and the tank destroyers had to come and try and get me, but in doing so they made themselves vulnerable to our tank destroyers. Now he's going up on top of Temple Mount. Now this is a bit of a dangerous and risky move because if he crosses that bridges that hill line, he might be, or crests the ridge rather you might say, he might be seen by any of the tank destroyers. Remember, they still had that Jag Panther and that Udes, and the Udes has got 4 kills already, so he's quite a good player. When last seen, he was in grid square E7, but I suspect he's gone back to the camp area. We're firing in. Oh, there's the Jag Panther. Just after we fired, the Jag Panther's been spotted, and we're still in reload. Oh, we've been spotted. That must be the Udes. Oh, he's gone over the rocks. Oh, ouch. Got hit by the Udes. Well, we're going to have to go for it now because we haven't got any cover. We're going to have to get across as quickly as we can and get under cover, because the Udes is somewhere up here. Okay, he's in a safe place here, but it just depends now. Does the Udes come down to try and get us? The Striv has gone around the outside, and he's coming down to the cap. The other Arties are probably aiming in this direction because there is only the Udes are left alive now. So FendaBenda's going to start capping, and yes, he's using the buildings for cover. That's the best thing to do. Try and get in there amongst the buildings, because it makes it more difficult for the enemy to shoot at you directly. They have to go through the buildings to get at you. If they try to shoot through the buildings, they might not be able to pen you. And of course, it might mean the shell is expended on just destroying a load of rubble, and everyone will know where they are. Okay, the Strips joined us in the cap, so we've got 2 in. Oh, we fired at that gap, thinking that the Udes must be over there. Okay, so we're going to reload, and the Udes is behind us. Oh my God, he's behind us. Oh, ouch.
Everyone get out.
Ouch. And here's the teammates firing, and the Udes is dead, so that's game. We won, but unfortunately Fenda died in the process. Ouch. Poor old FendaBenda. 2 kills, but dies in the end. So let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's a first class tanker for FendaBenda in the M12. He also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 16, and a Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team, and a win 8 of 3504 on that game. If we have a look at the team score, we can see that he came in second on damage on his team, 2,121 hit points. The Centurion 7-1 managed to get 2,467. but it was the Scorpion G on the enemy team who managed to get the highest damage. He got 2,747, but he didn't pick up the high caliber. Neither did the ST1, who managed to get 2,598. When it came to kills, it was FendaBenda at the top of the table on his team with 2, but the high scorer was Udez. He managed to get a top gun with that last kill of FendaBenda, which must have been nice for him, because that means he gets the Courageous Resistance Award for coming in on a losing team but still getting an epic medal in the process. The next highest scorer was the ST1 on their team that FendaBenda killed. He got 3 kills, and then there's another, the Batchat, with 2 kills. So when it comes to base experience points, it's FendaBenda again, top of the table, 1,027. Only enough for a first class tanker though, I'm afraid. Then we've got the GW Panther with 831 and the Hawk with 820. So he fired 16 rounds, he got 6 direct hits, 6 penetration, 8 splash, damage of 2,121 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He received 2 hits from the enemy, both were penetrations, both by the Udez, and unfortunately the last one was terminal. He damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 2 of them, and did stun assistance of 1,702 hit points off 12 stuns. On a standard account, he earned 32,394 credits. After repair and ammunition resupply, took away 10,482 credits. He received 1 bond for the Confederate, base XP of 1,027, times 2 for the first victory, took away 2,054 experience points altogether. But yes, he was running out of time, the clock was running down, the hooter had sounded, so they were in the last few seconds of the game. They needed to be capping, but that Udez was determined to kill them, and came up into the cap, found FendaBenda first, and unfortunately that meant that FendaBenda was killed, but obviously it gave the opportunity for the Striv to take the Udez out straight away. So big mistake by the Udez to kill FendaBenda. FendaBenda was still reloading and had just fired. So if he'd actually gone after the Striv, he might have been able to disable the Striv and then kill FendaBenda, but as it is, he picked the wrong target and lost the game as a result. But he still picked up a top gun, so I don't think he'll be worried in the slightest. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.